Hello, guys, and welcome to Cricket Caviar. What a test match played by India. This was most elite level test match that I have seen. I have heard of baseball and so much talk about baseball trying to get results in test cricket. But what has changed in India's mindset that they are playing jazz ball and doing it so well? Could you believe that after 3 days of play being washed out, India would manage to get a result with half a day to spare and do it so easily? This was unbelievable. I had actually placed a bet with my friends that I would give them free pizzas to eat if India wins this test match. When play started on day four, Bangladesh had played 35 overs. They had scored 107 for three, and Mominul Haq, in fact, went on to score a great 100. He was batting 30 odd overnight and he managed to get to 100, which was a brilliant 100. He swept so beautifully, played Indian spinners so beautifully. Liton Das was getting some boundaries there, and they managed to actually get 233. And Indians, what I would have thought is now that Bangladesh has made 233, Indians would have thought we just need to play out the day, play out this test match without taking any risks because 233 is already on the board and Indians have shot themselves in the foot by choosing to bowl first and not taking the opportunity to bat first, which would have given them probably a more chance to win this test match and use the conditions of fourth innings to the effect which normally happens in India, which they did in the first test. But going back to the England series where India were trailing 1-0 down and what happened in Hyderabad, Ollie Pope's knock and the positive approach by English cricket, and then Ben Duckett actually came and said during the Rajkot test, which was the third test, by the time India were dominating the test series, and he said that India are aping our baseball cricket and they're playing to. On which Rohit Sharma then said, "Ki, Rishabh Pant already played this sort of cricket from last 5 years, so I don't know what Ben Duckett is talking about." But now, when I really think back on that statement, did really Ben Duckett read that situation well? Because India were a different team in South Africa when they told South Africa where they lost to a weak South African team which had only Dean Elgar and a couple of bowlers, and then we lost to England with two spinners. One of them was a debutant, Tom Hartley, and one of them was a part-time spinner like Joe Root. So, did it impact India? Because we were all looking at draft ball and whether KL Rahul, Shreyas Iyer both are the right fit for India because India were terrible in that second innings at Hyderabad, where they lost. Some doubts on Indian Test batting lineup and whether there were curated tracks created for BGT series where India won in Delhi and Nagpur. So there was some rumors that the pitches were created so that there was a rough around the left-hander and they could attack Warner, Head, and all the Usman Khwaja, all the left-handers playing for Australia in that series because of that rough created. So there was a lot of negativity surrounding Indian cricket, Indian Test cricket. They had already lost the WTC finals. Ashwin was not being played in England. They managed to squander away a 2-1 lead in England and lose that Test match where Johnny Bairstow absolutely smashed them, absolutely baseballed them despite Bumrah playing, despite Shami playing. Bumrah, in fact, captained in that test match. Rishabh Pant was the only one, along with Rohit Sharma, who was putting up some kind of fight. And the other fight, all kind of fights were coming from down the lower order. Sometimes from Jadeja, sometimes from Ashwin whenever he played, sometimes from Bumrah and Shami, and even Pujara and Rahane were dropped. Kohli just survived because of his reputation, because he had similar numbers to Pujara and Rahane. Then a special track was made for Kohli at Ahmedabad where he can score a test hundred and get that monkey off the back of not being able to score a test century. So there were a lot of negativity going around Indian Test team, and something just clicked in Hyderabad after that Hyderabad loss where India lost in a tame manner to to the young spinners of England. Tom Hartley taking a 7 for Joe Root. His part-time spin taking a few wickets. India losing in that fourth innings where they were trying to survive for a draw. It seemed uh, victory was out of sight. And, Ollie Pope had played a masterful knock where he had reverse scooped Indian spinners. And we all thought Tom Hartley had outbowled Jadeja and Ashwin in that test match. So all these things were happening, and suddenly we have this Bangladesh team who were coming after a brilliant win in Pakistan, where there were also in the second test a day lost to rain, and you never expected Bangladesh to win from there, but their pace bowlers, absolutely gun pace attack actually, shot over Pakistan uh, and totally dominated with the bat, with the ball, with Shadman Islam batting for long hours in the first test, Mushfiqur Rahim playing a 190 one knock in the first test, to Liton Das and Mehdi Hassan rescuing Bangladesh. And you expected Bangladesh, who are also a very home dominant side and a side which enjoys Asian conditions, to put up some fight. In fact, you would say that they would put up more of a fight than probably the New Zealand team who's coming over, who has the curse of Neil Wagner. Basically, Neil Wagner has cursed them, and now Tim Saudi has to step down. So, still, you expect more fight from Bangladeshis in these Indian conditions. And on the first day, I feel, of course, India had jazz balled in the England series also, where there were some close escapes. In Rajkot, I think India escaped there also, and with Rohit Sharma's 100, they were 31 for 3 in Rajkot. Then again in Ranchi, there was a close escape with Dhruv Jurel guiding that chase. But by the time they had reached Dharmashala, they had so much faith that, even without KL Rahul, even without Virat Kohli, even without Shreyas Iyer, we can get these boys to perform. And Rohit Sharma's Garden Boys would take India to the victory. So and what happened in the first test matches, there was a rare instance of Bangladesh choosing to bowl first and putting India in and getting India to 144 for 6, where things looked bleak for India. But Ashwin absolutely hammered Bangladesh into submission. He counter-attacked. Jadeja also revolutionized his style of play. Seeing Ashwin bat so fast, he also started playing fast. Uh, Certainly, Ashwin had a big role to play in Jadeja playing that way. And that partnership of 199 runs then ensured that India were too far ahead in this test match. And then you have, of course, Bumrah, striking at the very beginning, destroying the confidence of Shadman Islam, who had a good tour of Pakistan. And whenever the opportunity came, it was either Bumrah or Ashwin, doing their job, and Jadeja supporting them well. In fact, Ashwin didn't pick a wicket in the first innings of the first test. It was all Bumrah, Jadeja show in the first test. Akashdeep has proved himself to be a potent replacement of Shami. In fact, he's much more at the stumps than Shami, I would say. He's much more effective in Asian conditions. We have to see Akashdeep outside India, outside Asia. But he's been brilliant, and bowlers really, won that game for us in the first innings itself. And the second innings was just a formality because India were already off the hook, off the pressure, and Rishabh Pant and Shubman Gill just went about their business, hitting sixes and taking a big lead, giving Bangladesh a target of 500. And it was Ashwin who again turned on his magic with the ball, already doing his job with the bat, and now doing the job with the ball and getting India a simple win. And when they came to Kanpur, there were conversations of rain and mismanagement of UPCA. The crowd had a couple of disturbances with Bangladeshi super fan. There were rumors of him being attacked, and then there were some rumors that no, he was not attacked. He was dehydrated. He actually changed his statement, so we never know what happened there. Eyewitnesses say that he was attacked. But all the negativity surrounding UPCA, UP Cricket Association, their mismanagement of the Afghanistan New Zealand Test match in Greater Noida, then their mismanagement of this test when there was no rain on day 3, still they couldn't get the outfield dry for the game to start. So all these things were going on, and then India suddenly come out on day 4 and they're like, there is 100 by Mominul Haq. Now what? There is no way we can win this test match. That must have been the feeling within the group. But kudos to Rohit Sharma for staying intent on his purpose of clearly winning this test match no matter what, and making this a T20 game. India scoring 285 in 34 overs. I mean, that's incredible. Wish India play like that in ODI cricket. Yes, in Test cricket, fields are spread out, and there are other factors also. But man, what a display from India's batting unit, and the huge lot of credit goes to Yashasvi Jaiswal, who has actually changed the way India bat, along with Rohit Sharma. And Rohit Sharma also has regained his mojo after Yashasvi Jaiswal's debut, if you see, in West Indies. So India also tried a similar thing with versus the West Indies in a rain-shortened match, but they were not able to get the win. But since losing to England in Hyderabad, coming to Vizag, I mean, Yashasvi Jaiswal and Jasprit Bumrah, they've been changing India's fortune in every test match. Whenever India seems to find no way out, there will be Yashasvi Jaiswal scoring runs at a breakneck pace, and then Jasprit Bumrah would come and give the crucial breakthroughs. Here also, you could see that Mehdi Hasan Miraj, the most important batsman of Bangladeshi batting order, unfortunately batting very low, has not been given a promotion yet. But Jasprit Bumrah has dismissed him twice in the test match. So there is something about Jasprit Bumrah that is just incredible, and something that has to be lauded. And Yashasvi Jaiswal, man, he has changed the way India played test matches. His technique of going low to the ground and hitting the spinners with his wrists and hitting them for success, especially taking on the difficult matchup of taking on the off spinner. So he did it against Joe Root, against Shoaib Bashir, and now he's doing it to Mehdi Hasan Miraj, who has been excellent with the ball also in this series. But the way he has attacked, the way he attacked Shakib Al Hasan also has permeated that belief throughout the team that we can play attacking cricket like baseball. And all the talk about baseball has been drowned by how English cricket has failed to reach the WTC final, and they've had a couple of shocking losses rather. But and in fact now England cricket have slowed down their scoring rate, but India cricket actually made the highest run rate ever, 8.22 in this test match, and made runs with that kind of pace is just amazing. So kudos to Yashasvi Jaiswal for what he's done. 350s in 4 innings in this test match, and always giving positive starts. Also allowing Rohit Sharma the freedom to go ahead, not thinking about wickets, not thinking about personal milestones, would have also had an impact on KL Rahul, who is known to be a player who plays for himself, for his own runs, to go out and bat in a free manner like that, reverse sweeping, pulling like Ricky Ponting. Wow, man, that was like seeing KL Rahul of 2018 and previous back again. Everyone from Virat Kohli to KL Rahul to every batsman actually went out and tried to score at a breakneck speed. Rishabh Pant being the only one who missed out. Shubman Gill a little bit slow, but everyone else actually just went hammer and tongs. In fact, India scored 99 runs in the first 10 overs. They got the quickest 50, they got the quickest 100, they got the quickest 150, they got the quickest 200, they got the quickest 250. They scored 87 runs, the KL and Kohli partnership, in the 20 to 30 over phase. And in the rest 4 overs, they scored around 30 to 40 runs there, with wickets falling, because anyway they were about to declare on 4:30 and put Bangladesh in. No matter how much lead they got, even if they had trailed, they would have put Bangladesh in and tried to take those 2 wickets. And they got the success. They got 2 wickets. They could have got 3. KL Rahul had dropped Shadman Islam, who I thought could be a tricky customer, because he's a sticky customer. He sticks on to the wicket. I thought he could have been tricky if he stayed for further long. But I knew no matter how well Bangladesh play here, there would be a half an hour phase where they would lose all the wickets, and exactly that happened. From 91 for 3, looking very comfortable to give India a target of maybe 180 or 200. They just collapsed from 91 for 3 to 98 for 7, with no contributions from Shakib, and just brilliant bowling from India. Bumrah was spot on. Ashwin and Jadeja were spot on. Jadeja bowling that tricky length where batsman doesn't know whether to defend or drive on the fourth day. In fact, he was introduced very late. As soon as he came, he gave the breakthrough. So man, amazing stuff from India, and the way they chased down the total, we were never in doubt with Yashasvi Jaiswal playing so well. He gave away his wicket at the end. I wish he had gone not out and improved his average. But this is the new Indian team. It doesn't think about averages, and they just play to win. And they've won this Test match, and the whole world is amazed because nothing like this has happened in the last 150 years of Test cricket. When a team so intent on winning the Test match has played in such manner in completed innings, no one actually forfeited an innings. No one has declared innings with like so many wickets left. There was just one wicket left in the Indian innings. It was the lowest first innings total declaration from India, and what a game of cricket. The Kanpur Test, even though it's versus Bangladesh, I would say it will rate as Indian cricket's one of the highest wins because it shows the mentality of current Indian team, the Garden Boys coming up and allowing Rohit Sharma the freedom that he always wanted to play the way that he wants to play. He has given them a roadmap that this is how I want to play. But unfortunately, last 2 3 years, I mean, he started his captaincy from 2022 till 2024. I don't think the players were actually following his lead. But now, the Garden Boys actually showed it after the Hyderabad Test that how they want to do it. They want to do it for their captain, and now the rest have to follow it. Even Virat and Kale, who have come back into the squad, they have to follow it because it's been done and it's been successful. And a lot of credit goes to Rohit Sharma, Rahul Dravid, who came out of that draft ball phase in Hyderabad and South Africa, and then They've dominated Test cricket like this and showed that uh, they do baseball better than what Baz does baseball. So this is India's jazz ball. This is India's garden ball. This is India's gam ball, Gambhir ball, whatever you call it. Hats off to Gambhir also for and Abhishek Nair, who said that we want an aggressive version of KL Rahul to come out. The way he played that short innings of 22 in the first test in Chennai, we want to see similar things from KL Rahul, and he has come out firing. So these are good signs for Indian cricket, and a lot of credit goes to Sarfaraz Khan also, who actually supported Yashasvi Jaiswal in the last test. Dhruv Jurel, how these boys played, who are not probably going to get another chance, but how these boys played actually has forced this kind of play style on Virat Kohli and KL Rahul also, because now they know that the other boys, the younger boys, can do it, and if they have to be in the team, they have to follow Rohit Sharma's roadmap, and they have to play like this. So this is an incredible win for Indian cricket. Thank you so much. Please subscribe our channel Cricket Caviar. Thank you guys. Love all your support. Bye. Take care.